think they played extremely hard. I think they played physical. I think one knock on them is that they're not physical and they don't have the height necessary. But they have athletes. They play hard. They play to win. And those 3 plays are plays where it was inadvertent contact. Yes, when you're taught to go to the basket as a child, you're taught the form of leading with your leg. And it's kind of protection. It's kind of just a natural movement of trying to make a layup. Norris Cole's play, hitting David West in the groin area, I think his arm just got caught. And then the box out between Tyler Hansborough and Shane Battier, it was just an arm flail falling down. I don't think these were plays that were tried to hit anybody or hurt anybody, not at all.
Do you think that they said that because they lost? Do you feel like Roy and the other players are just upset because they lost?
I don't think if they won the game, they would be discussing these plays.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back to the Battier play for a second.
Gotcha.
Now, I don't see a lot of guys leading with their knee as they drive to the basket. Now, I can argue that Shane was trying to protect himself against a 7'2" mountain of a man standing in the middle of the lane. But I don't see a lot of NBA players going in knee first. Do you see it a lot?
You lead off one leg, you go in knee first. One arm goes with one leg. That's just.
But I use the baseball analogy. It's like sliding in with your spikes high. That's what Shane was doing. You know, with the knee high, going in high into Roy.
Do I think that he was protecting himself? Yes. Do I think that he tried to hit him in the groin? No.
No, I don't either.
That's not a pinpoint move you can make as you're trying to look at the basket, trying to score, trying to weigh all the things around you. No. But I thought he was protecting himself and going to the basket as normal.
Have you ever considered Shane Battier even a remotely dirty player?
When I think of Shane Battier, I think of him as a winner. Won a national championship, has been a part of 2 great streaks. He's always been a winner throughout his career, and he plays extremely hard. He plays the right way, so I don't think of him as a dirty player.
Yeah. Stephen A.
I totally agree with Dante Jones. I don't see him as a dirty player at all. I see him somebody that plays extremely hard. He's class personified. He's going to go out there. He's going to compete with you. He's not dirty. He can be slick, just like most Duke players, like I said earlier, Dante Jones. But they play smart. They play smart. They play tough. They come at you. And I find nothing dirty about Shane Battier. He's just going to go out there and compete. I see him as somebody that was trying to protect himself. I think that anybody that comes from that program usually is about winning, but also about winning the right way. They will get up in you. They will fight you. They're incredibly feisty. But I wouldn't use the word dirty. That's too much of a derogatory and incendiary label to place on anybody that's played for Mike Krzyzewski, as far as I'm concerned, particularly a Shane Battier. That's just my feeling from years and years of watching.
That whole debate you said about us playing within the rules of the game, you're exactly right. We know the rules. We know how hard to play. We know how to win. And we use the rules to our advantage. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, let me bring it back to Dante.
Okay.
It's true.
Roy Hibbert, you played with him in Indiana.
Yes.
He has come a long ways.
Extremely.
Long ways.
Extremely.
But to me, when you tweet about this and you basically accuse Shane of a cheap shot in your tweet, I know what you were trying to do. You come off to me as a little soft, like that's using that public forum that's whiny to me after you lost. Do you think a little less of Roy for tweeting that?
No, I don't think less of Roy. I know Roy, so I know that's the type of man he is. He takes each win and loss to heart, and he speaks from his heart. And at that point in time, it was weighing on him, and that's just the type of man that he is. He has come great lengths in his career. He's not what he used to be. He's a dominant force in the NBA, and that was something that was on his mind, and he just spoke. Should he not speak about things? I don't think so, but that's just the man that he is, and that's what he's about.
You don't think he should have sent the tweet?
He shouldn't have said
I don't think he should have sent the tweet, but that's just the way he is. So you just have to be yourself, I guess.
Yeah, he's a deep thinker now. We've had him on the show. He's an eloquent man,
he is.
and he wants to be emotional, express his emotions. I'm just saying, to the Heat, when they see that, it's like, gotcha.
It shows weakness.
Yeah, it shows weakness, exactly.
You shouldn't do those things, but you have to be true to your own self.
All right. Stephen A., what do you think of Hibbert's tweet?
Well, I don't think, listen, like I said, I'm not going to overreact the way you're doing, Skip. I mean, the fact of the matter is I think he's complaining. I don't think he should. I think he should focus on trying to win game 2. For all I know, this was a tactical measure to bring attention to stuff in game 2, so maybe he can get calls, or maybe there are calls that'll go against Shane Battier and the Miami Heat. But in the end, I certainly wouldn't accuse him of coming across as weak or soft because he's elected to do it. He's pointing out something. And by the way, the area where he got hit at, I think as men, we're all soft. All of us. And I'll leave it at that.
Well, which brings us back to the Norris Cole play, which was just bizarre to me, because David West took it in the groin area as he drove by. I don't know if we have that play handy, but it was just, I'm not sure I've ever seen that play happen before, where he's just going by and just, you think he got caught?
If you pay attention to him, he's not even looking at him.
No?
And he's looking at the basket.
But there is peripheral vision, you know. I mean,
but he's past where his arm is and where his head is. He can't see where his arm is. He was trying to shed David West and get his arm off him. His hand just got caught, and I don't think he knew exactly where his arm was. He was trying to bring it back to him.
Wow.
That's a terrible play, yes.
David
But
West, you're not real pleased about it.
Right?
Yeah, Stephen A.
Hey, Skip, in all my years of watching NBA basketball, the only time, and I'm not saying it's the only time it's happened, but the only time I ever saw a man intentionally hit somebody down there with his hand or his arm or whatever was Dennis Rodman.